It's a legitimate fear to think that people won't buy your pattern or your collection, your book, what have you, because of the price. I've seen designers who have patterns for $6, $7, $8 who are fearful of raising their price to 10, 11, 12 or more because they feel like, or they've heard from customers that they won't buy it because that's too expensive. And if you're looking at sewing patterns and other patterns, they are more than what knitting and crocheting patterns are going for. So my thought process has always been, is it the price? Are people not buying patterns because of it being too expensive? And the conclusion I've come to is that it's not about the price per se, it's about the value, the perception of value. People don't really see that the pattern is worth, that's a key word, worth what it's being charged. They don't think the value is there. So as a knitter and crochet designer, our goal is to articulate to our audience the value of our pattern, of our design, of our books, collection, all that stuff. And what does that look like? That looks like more than you just going out and saying, oh, this pattern is work from the bottom up, top down, sweater, whatever. It's more than just talking about the features of your pattern. It's about clearly articulating the benefits of the pattern. What's in it for them? What will it change in their lives? For me, when I talk about my sweaters, particularly my sweaters and my book, I'm really thinking about my ideal audience, who they are. This person is struggling with their body image. They're struggling to feel confident, either knitting and crocheting the sweater or actually wearing the sweater. And I address that in everything I do, because at the end of the day, I know that the value of my patterns, of my book, is not in how many patterns are in the book, the construction of the patterns. It's not that. It's the transformation they'll get after going through the book, after making the pattern, after figuring out how to modify the patterns to fit their bodies the way that they want. So when you're thinking about your patterns, your work, whatever you're putting out there, think about what transformation, what's the result they're going to get. And I talk about this a lot inside of my group, Pattern Partnership. We talk about, not just talking about the features, we talk about the benefits. We go deep into identifying your ideal audience, because at the end of the day, if you don't know who your audience is, if you don't know what they are up Googling at night, you don't know what they're searching for on YouTube, if you don't know any of those things that they are struggling with, understanding where they are right now and where they want to go, you won't understand how to bridge that gap, right? And there's a gap between who they are right now and who they want to be. And the key to marketing is for you to understand how what you offer, what you do, bridge that gap between who they are and what they want to be. So it's important that you not just harp on the features of the pattern. Oh, it's made with this yarn, it's this construction, blah, blah, blah. Those are important, but those are not the factors that will sell your pattern. Those are not the factors that will have people come in and feel seen, feel heard. And at the end of the day, marketing is just conversations. So if you are just like spewing information at them without having conversations that really talk to who they are on a deeper level, you're never gonna be able to have those sales numbers that you want, or provide them with the transformation that they are deeply seeking. So that's my message for the day. And when you're thinking about what am I going to say on social media, what am I going to post, how often, it goes back to your ideal audience. And I talk about this so much because that's the foundation, that's the key to everything you're going to do in your business. So if you are struggling with any of what I've just mentioned, check out my program, Pattern Partnership. There is a monthly membership option. You can do annual. When you are a member, you get one-on-one coaching with me. So all the things that I talk about in identifying your ideal audience, I can work with you to get clarity on your ideal audience, help you with your messaging, help you with your lead magnet funnels so that you can have consistent and predictable sales. That's the key. So you can either join Pattern Partnership and be able to work with me, or you can just grab the course, How to Identify Your Ideal Audience. And I'm going to drop links to everything below so you have that. But if you are struggling with figuring out, is my offer too expensive? Why aren't people buying? Start there. Start with your ideal audience and think about what values you are providing. Think beyond the features and get deep into the benefits. What is the transformation? What are the results that your audience will get when they buy your pattern, use your pattern, knit your pattern, crochet your pattern, all that stuff? Because that is how you change hearts and minds and get folks to stop scrolling, to not just hit the like button, but actually go buy the pattern, buy what you're offering, and get that result because you're clear on what it will do for them. So that's it. If your customers are complaining about the price, it's not the price. They just don't see the value in it. And I implore you to get deep into who your ideal audience is. One last thing. If they're complaining about the price, maybe they aren't your ideal audience. Maybe you're trying to reach people who are not ready for what you have to offer. Maybe you need to do some more awareness campaigns. Maybe you need to talk more about what you're offering so people understand it. So if they're complaining about the price, they just don't see the value, or they're not your ideal audience. So take a look at the courses and my membership and see how I can support you. I would love to help you identify your ideal audience because that is such a key fundamental part of marketing and generating sales. And I want to be able to help you with that because I know what you have to offer deserves to be out in the world. Okay? So that's it. Let me know what you think. Leave feedback. Let me know what your biggest takeaway from this conversation has been. Talk to you later. Bye for now.